best of 2 series between Cignal Ultra and TNC Predator. But it looks like the power runes are going to be secured. Tims does get the invis rune down at the bot rune spot. And that's going to mean he has to be even more cautious now, because you have no idea where this arrow is going to come from Tims. In fact, Whitemon's even going to come in. There's your arrow. There's your blink in. They will get the first blood over to Tims on this Mirana. Top lane, Chrono going to be committed. Gabby and Armel are going to be there with Whitemon and Fan. He knows he can't outrun them. He knows. Have a bit of a chase there over onto that Mirana. It's going to be just perfectly fine though, Tims, as it looks like Errors has been caught, cops an arrow, and is going to die to Whitemon once again. In fact, another ensnare comes out. Grims, he was trying to help. Maybe he still can, as Van is joining with Jamesy. They have caught out this pesky Enchantress, but Whitemon is still trying to run away. He just can't, but they get the trade onto Grims, as Tims will just leap anti-beam. Van, he has a stun. He couldn't make it in time. Top lane though, big team fight could be breaking out. Gabby has a Chrono, wants to go in, but it looks like they have jumped initially onto KB. But there's your Chrono out. Armel has a Sonic Wave to throw and does get it out perfectly onto 2 heroes. And they'll chase down Jamesy now on this Underlord. They do not connect with the arrow. I'm not going to say Tims missed though, John, because he didn't. Spear is going to be there, but KP does die to the Firestorm. Just probably going to arrow that creep. There you go. Leave the yellow one there. Get the tomato creep, the mid lane. Nice cookie, it looks like, into the Queen of Pain Armel. A bit overly confident there in that mid lane, not expecting the rotation out, but KB now with the Moonlight Shadow looking to try and make a play with the Arena and Spear around. Gabby going to come in as well. The swap, but Gabby already understood, although another swap out. Gabby's going to have his Chrono wasted. Gabby is around just in case. Now Van, there's the infest out. Gabby's going to be very cautious here as Van is looking to jump in. They might go after KB. No, they will go after Gabby, but a nice dodge out, and now KB gets the Arena into the Spear. The infest out from a bat. He'll go straight after that Mars and does take him out. He's too tanky and you have no idea where the rest of the Cignal Ultra are. And right now, they're smoked up. Rushing through, Van with the Guardian Sprint, going to spot out Armel, gets the blink off with the stun out, but Armel is able to blink away. Van, Sonic Wave, going to be committed, and now KP is in with the Arena. Gabby jumps in with the Time Walk, going after that Lifestealer with a great Chrono out. The Mortimer's Kisses are there, but it looks like he will get through the 2 causes. Jamesy will pop the Dark Rift. They've lost Grims though. They're trying to get KP before they leave, but they don't get it in time. TNC probably not going to be willing to let this go for free. They do have the BKB now up on Armel, so they want to try and make a play, but a great cookie out from our Snapfire. A bat still just trying to focus down on that Roshan. KB gets the spear off, Gabby jumps in, but the Aegis has been snatched away from our Lifestealer, and Gabby needs a way out of this. KB holding them in with the Arena. There's now Jamesy going to get infested, and he will just try for the TP play. Meanwhile, Armel getting a double kill, and Gabby getting the bashes off onto Jamesy. They'll just turn back around onto Gabby, however, he's just been rooted up and he can't get out of there. He will go down. Armel now on the run, but no, he'll jump back in after the Underlord. KB does not get the spear off, so the bat will turn back around trying to go after this Mars, but gets arrowed to the face. Armel with the damage out, and a bat looks like he will lose the Aegis. No arrow. They can't stun him up, but they will go for the silence, but a nice swap is there from Grims. In front, single file here from TNC. Bad. They're not going to break the smoke. It's a Moonlight Shadow. Gabby still having Chrono. Does get one off, but it is only onto Armel. His own teammate getting Chronoed up. They do at least have the Arena, so they will just focus in on trying to get rid of the Slanna. Van, he is still very tanky, however. Armel will commit the Sonic Wave, but the Infest is going to be there from a bat to save Van's life, and his own for that matter. KB being caught out here, Van, a nice blink stun. He does have the spear and does get it off onto the Slanna, and does even commit the Arena here just to try and run away, but there's your run of Atos, so he'll Yule's up, trying to waste as much time as possible. Cignal Ultra will eventually pick him up. Still, a bat is continuing to be a huge problem here for TNC. As now they do start with a team fight. Armel going to go on to Jamesy. Gabby is going to go into the backlines for a really nice chrono, but he has not got the life stealer nor the slanter. He's focusing in on those supports, but while he's doing that, the rest of his team is struggling to try and survive. A bat will turn around now onto that Void. Now he'll turn back onto KB. He wants the Mars first, and he might just get him with these Mortimer's Kisses. They do indeed secure the Mars kill. Roshan's up as well. They did scout it out with the Courier. So they'll be able to surely just pick that one up, although Arrow is going to fly through, but it does connect on to the Roshan. White one now going to show up with Mel. They are just in the nick of time. Gabby jumps in. Aegis on the deck. Gabby, he does manage to pick it up. A great Sonic Wave out from Mel, buying the time. But can he fight this one out without a chrono? He's going to give it a shot onto Grims. Grims is going to die. Mel, meanwhile, taking care of Eris. And now KB gets a great arena into the spear, onto a bat. He's trying to fight back. He'll go for the TP play. Do they have the damage in time? No. They do not.
It's a lot of pressure here on Cignal to defend the high ground, but it's an Underlord. Shoving high ground against this here is fairly challenging.
Oh, look. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage. Gabby was there for a second. He'll come back now with the Aegis. They'll go after Grims. He commits the chrono, but he's been disarmed. He'll use the Mantle Illusions instead to take care of it, as now the arena and the spear is there onto Jamesy. They'll get another van. Just melts to the damage of Gabby. He's just bashing out of control now, apparently. Gabby will get the tier 3 mid tower, and with a 19k net worth lead, they're looking good. But Van, he's going to jump in once again with the buyback. A bat will go after KB. They do get the kill onto the Mars. Now the disarm again onto Gabby. He can't fight back, but now he can. A bat may have gone too far. He can't afford to die back like this. He's dropping low. He does go down, and TNC, they may have pulled off, I don't want to say comeback. It's not going to look good for Cignal Ultra. There you go. There's the GG call. They kind of realize we're not going to make it in time. We'll go to game number 2. TNC, they do successfully manage to pick up game number 1 here. Pretty entertaining game, though, I must say, John. It was a lot closer than you would have first expected.
Grims is tanky enough in the front line. Void Spirit is a fairly squishy hero. So you're going to have to watch your positioning up against the Ogre Magi. And Grims for the body out.
Eris, he got greedy, John. He wanted Whitemon's first blood. He is going to give it away to Gabby instead. It's a very good ward if you are able to get those couriers. And Armel almost picking off Jamesy, but top lane, it looks like Whitemon does finally go down. But Gabby is going to be able to trade and pick off Eris. Alright, 5-minute Midas out for Gabby. That is why you don't want to give 3 kills away during the laning stage, John. And he has chrono, by the way. He will commit it. Whitemon's going to come in. They'll aim down the Pos 3 Venge, and they will get it. Gabby does not have the Time Walk, though, so he will die. And Whitemon's going to try and man-fight Eris. Doesn't get away with it, though. He does die, but now the Tomato Creep is following down Eris. He does get the kill in the mid lane, looking to make a play with his chrono. Goes in, catches both of them as well, right underneath the sentry ward. And with the 8th round, they lock down Eris. Van's going to get chased down. He throws out the magic missile, but it just doesn't matter. Gonna break the smoke. Armel will run the other way, knowing a bat is coming, and now the Moonlight Shadow is out, but it doesn't matter. They got the Yules off in time with the LSA and the Laguna, and here comes KB to hold him down even further, though nice Sonic Wave is out, killing off Armel, and they do also get Tim's. KB used his Astral Steps, and it looks like it was a bit of a trap.
And TNC might not be too upset. Gabby does have Chrono, does have a Mask of Madness, and a Midas at 12 minutes, so 2 farming tools, but you've got a lot of attack speed now in Gabby, and if they want to fight, it's going to be big.
KP jumps in straight after Van. Gabby wasn't there yet, coming in now. Again, does have the chrono available, but there's your Horn coming in. Still, James, you're going to be focused down here by Gabby. Whitemon has also died on the enchantment, put a nice chrono out, catching 2 of them. He will get the Quap into Grims on the Ogre, who will also die fairly quick, and now a bat has been left alone. LSA is going to land. There's your Laguna. Eris is the only one left, and Eris, I'm not sure where you're trying to go, sir, but it looks like it's going to be straight down unless the LSA misses like that. Get mistimed. KB. LSA not going to land again. Does get the 8th remnant though from KB, but Eris will time lapse. Gabby, meanwhile, will kill off Van as Eris is still chasing Armel, but he's going to be alright, and now Eris still managed to run away.
That's just ill-timed.
KB jumps in onto Van. Gabby has Chrono, but definitely doesn't need it here, surely. Just gets the bashes off. Van is actually pretty tanky here. Grims also going down to Armel, and look who showed his face. Eris getting stunned up as well. Armel, he found him. The time lapse, and he does actually get White One on the way out. Tim's arrow not going to land. Eris still trying to make a run for it, and it looks like he is going to make it out. But you just see the confidence from TNC. Like, they're all jumping in one by one. Not really afraid of anything.
They have no reason to be afraid. They know they've got the lineup that can really dance around. Spectre TP though.
Eris gonna avoid the 8th remnant. Gabby gonna get a pash onto Eris' first hit. Goes back in, gets the Chrono off, into the Queen of Pain. Arrow gonna kill off the Weaver. A nice swap out from Van, but it is not really gonna help his cause too much unless a great Sonic Wave out onto 5 heroes. But again, where's the follow-up? Van's gonna go down. Abat's charging in with a Blade Mail, but nobody's hitting him. They just ignore him, and now the arrow comes out. He's just stuck there. Again, Gabby telling them about his mace. Nobody cares. He's gonna time walk away. Meanwhile, Armel Lagunaing Jamesy in the back lines. There's 3 down for the price of 1 KB.
Doesn't it? That wasn't
Ignite gonna connect. Tim's leaped a bit too far forward, does end up going down. Off we go. They are making their way over, but Gabby is going to jump in, and they do kill off Van. Now into Eris. Haunt is going to come in. Abat again popping the Blade Mail, but nobody's hitting him. Jamesy, a nice Sonic Wave out on 2. Is it really going to matter? Not really. The Chrono's there. He needs a swap out. BKB up on Gabby. The bashes come out as well, cancelling off the blink. Abat now trying to run away. He has no Blade Mail to use. Everyone's just getting out. Eris going into KP, but he's silenced up now. Another silence out from KP with the 8th remnant. And Abat, he's going to try for this Roshan play. Buyback from Eris. Is he actually going to get away with this?
Gonna get it?
He is going to get it. Okay. Now the swap in. Gabby has been stunned up. Swap back in, but here comes KP with the Astral Step and the double LSA out from Armel, trying to take down Van. He will be able to get him. On to Abat, who gets arrowed up. Whitemon just distracting them. Gabby jumping back in. He might go down for this, or maybe not. They don't have the dust yet. Now they do, but he's time walked away. Eris going to follow him up. The Astral Spirit not really going to hold him down on the Weaver. They do end up killing off Gabby. Now into KP and TNC. What have you done? Smoke up, so we're going to find out. TNC obviously aren't aware of this Ags yet, so they may be caught off guard. Cignal, this could be a great opportunity for them to try and really show this off, unless Van gets caught out. They do time-lapse him now, so he will survive for a bit longer. Now Bat gonna haunt in with no mana basically. Meanwhile, the Quap is being chased down, but he does have a BKB up and will be able to get White, or rather Tim's, but the Chrono is there. So the swap out, Jamesy is going to be alright. Gabby trying to focus down a Bat, but everyone's ignoring the Void right now. Instead, chasing down Armel, and it looks like it is indeed working. Armel is trying to run. Jamesy does eventually end up dying. Armel still trying to juke out the Spectre, now running past the tier 2 mid tower, but Eris should be able to Sakuchi after him. However, the rest of Cignal Ultra is currently dying while this is happening, so Armel is doing a great old job of creating space. And how is Armel this quick? Fiery Soul and Boots of Travel is making it so he can just run away from a Sakuchi'd Weaver. Now the Yule's up, and he's actually going to get out of there. And mid lane, Armel runs into a lot of them, gets the Shadow Blade off with the BKB, still surviving, walking away out of this. The LSA did land, but now Gabby getting swapped in. He'll turn back around. He has the Chrono in 1 second. He'll get rid of the Weaver bug, and now with that Chrono, he might be able to fight with a 3-man Chrono out, and the double damage. Look at the damage being pumped out here. He did not have the BKB, but it won't matter. Abat now going to try and man fight the Void, but he will time walk away. They will just focus in onto Eris, getting rid of that pesky Weaver. And now they can chase down the Spectre and even, of course, the Ogre. See you later, Grims. He's going to go down. And it's going to be a very quick Roshan as well. It's the MKB and the Bashes. Of course, you've got Armel right behind you. Swinging away. The Weaver is going to get caught out, it looks like. There's Yaetha Remnant from the Yule Scepter, and that is going to be a dead Weaver straight off the bat. Sonic Wave is there. It looks like the Aegis was taken by Gabby. He has the Chrono. He's not committing yet. He'll go after Van without the Chrono, but will lose the Aegis. Meanwhile, Van ends up going down to Whitemon. Gabby jumps back in after a bat. He wants the Weaver first though, and he does catch him out in a great Chrono. That'll be your Weaver gone. That's a dieback on Eris. A bat, the only one really left here. He can't do much by himself. He does get bashed. He's going to try and juke them out. Arrow is going to give vision at least. James, he's going to try and jump in, but there's the cheese coming out from Gabby.
The Abyssal, but
Grims tried for a TP out, gets hit by an arrow, but gets forced off to the low ground. It isn't going to matter. Now KB jumping in. Look at the confidence from the side of TNC as they do go after Van, and they will get him. And it might be about that time, John. They go for the jugular, a bat. That's a very interesting blade mail there. Nobody was hitting him anyway. Gabby has the Chrono. He can literally just Chrono and hit the throne if he wanted to, but he will go for the fight with KP jumping in. They will horn. Gabby will pop the BKB and now gets a great Chrono off onto two heroes. They swap out, or rather time-lapse out this the Spectre, but it won't matter. Gabby still going, trying to fight. Sonic Wave is there. Tims, he is silenced up and may just die to the Orchid, and does. But they get Eris in the end. A bat's very low. Armel breaks him. He will Manta. Go back in after the leader. Still trying, but will ultimately die to Gabby. Now Jamesy does at least kill off Armel, but he has to watch as his teammates die. And KB will jump in straight back after him with the Simulate Stun. And that's it. TNC, nice 2-0 victory for them to